keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've got
Hi everyone, it's Amber and I'm back with the third video in my Christmas handmade gifts and stocking stuffer series. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you caught my first and second video. If you didn't, I will link them below and I'll also link them up here in the corner. So go check those out. I hope that you'll give them a try. This is a great way to use up some scrapbook paper that you have laying around or anything. But today's project is so much fun and it's one of my favorites because it uses one of my favorite dollar store items that I've ever purchased ever. I think it's my top favorite dollar store item of all time. So let's go ahead and jump into it and I'll show you what we're making. First of all, the star of the show is this treasure right here. I happened to get these ones this year at Dollar General, so they're only $1. They have similar ones at Dollar Tree, like matching and like Go Fish and stuff, and they're $1.25. But this is a new design this year, and I don't know if you guys have seen my previous videos on these cards, but I'll link my favorite one right here, where I take this $1 box of cards and turn it into little works of art. Look at what you get in each pack. You get multiple cute little works of art like this. They're so quirky and whimsical, and they make for the cutest novelty projects like cards, albums. You can do anything with these. So in this little box of cards, let me show you what else. They have the matching, the Go Fish, the Crazy Eights, and Mrs. Claus. I will tell you, I snatched all of these up. This is the best premium I have ever found in the dollar store. So again, I found these at the Dollar General this year. So check out your Dollar General. So in this Mrs. Claus Old Maid game, I'm going to show you all the cards you get. So I pulled some out here. And they're just retro and super cute. They're matte cards. And then the backs all have this cute image on them. So here's just some of them. There's 2 of each one, except for, of course, Mrs. Claus, because she's Old Maid. But aren't these just adorable? Look at the penguin with the presents. I just think that these are the cutest thing. I mean, I think it's just so adorable how it's the image and it just says what it is. I can't get over these. I will never get over these. You can pair these with so many things. You can make Christmas tags out of them. You can do so much with this stuff. And here's the little rule book. And then my favorite item to find at the dollar store. And I hope that you'll go out to your Dollar General or your Dollar Tree and find these. So let me show you what we're making today. So this is what we're going to be making. You can totally make all of your Christmas cards still this year. You still have time with just a pack of these $1 cards. Each one makes its own card. Here's the one that I created with just scrapbook paper, a couple little embellishments, and then I made my seam binding ruffle. And I did it on another video, I believe, but I do it on here and it's so easy. Here's a close-up. There are these cute little, what they call, I think, Gladstone size cards. And I use double-sided paper, so the inside is very simple. Write your little message. And I made an envelope to go with it. So here's the envelope. It's double-sided and so cute, and I use the same paper collection. And doesn't it just look so good with the retro style of the card? I just think these are so cute, and again, they're used as the focal image. And it's just such a beautiful, whimsical card. So they go perfectly into there. So I'm going to show you how to make all of this. So we're going to make the envelope with my envelope punch board. But if you don't have one, I'm going to show you how you can make one without it also. So let's go ahead and get started. So all you need to make this adorable card is a piece of scrapbook paper that measures 5.5 tall by 7 wide. And it doesn't have to be double-sided, but I love to do it with double-sided paper. And by the way, the paper collection that I'm using is this gorgeous collection right here. I don't know if it's still available, but I will try to track it down and link it below. It's called Jingle All the Way by My Mind's Eye. And I love the colors so much. So again, that one measures 5.5 by 7, double-sided. And then you just need a matte piece that measures 5 by 3. Of course, you need to choose the card you want to use for the front. I chose Mrs. Claus. Isn't she adorable? And then for the envelope, you need a piece of scrapbook paper. And again, I'm using double-sided sturdy cardstock that measures 7.5 by 7.5. So let's put the envelope aside right now and work on the card. So other than just the paper, I am using some enamel dots. That's easy to get your hands on. They're at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, anywhere, Amazon. I will link some below for you. And then I'm going to use some seam binding in this white color, which I got from MyScrapcabin on Etsy, and I'll link her shop below. She makes the best seam binding. Well, I'm going to use some white for my seam binding ruffle, and it's so easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm just going to take my card base and I'm going to fold it in half on the side that I want up. So I want this red side up, so I'm just going to fold this right in half. You can score it in your scoreboard if you want to. I just crease it very lightly with my bone folder. So here's our card already. Isn't it super cute? I love this size. It ends up being 5.5 by 3.5. So then I like to round just these two corners, give it a little finished look. I'm going to mat the inside with a white piece of cardstock because that's where you can write your message, of course. And you can make this any size. So I'm using the Scotch adhesive again because it's so perfect for these projects and it holds really well. So I'll link these glue runners below for you. I found them on Amazon. So I'm just going to center this the best I can. Okay, so we have the inside all ready. Now we just need to decorate the outside. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is put our card on the front. So I'm not going to center her like exactly like this. I'm going to put her a little bit higher so I can do my seam binding ruffle down here. I like to use my Scor Tape for this part because it's really strong, and I will link this below. I've talked about it a lot on my channel. I love it. I'm just going to put a strip of it near the bottom, just like that. And I'm just going to press that down. So I'm just going to undo the backing now, and now you have this really sticky strip down here. So I'm going to take my seam binding, and all you do is you just are really messy with it. So lay the very edge of your seam binding down at the edge of that glue. So I just take it like this, so it's towards me, and I just kind of ruffle it and lay it down on the glue as I go. You can do it as tight as you want, or as loose, or as messy, or whatever, but you can really not mess this up. You can do it more uniform or more messy. It just depends. And you can do this with ribbon too, but I think seam binding just gives it such an artsy look, and it's way more forgiving than ribbon.
It is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down, and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around.
So I'm just kind of pressing down my pleats that I made. So they're all adhered really well, and then just snip off the excess. And that is just a simple little technique to do seam binding ruffle. So the last thing I'm going to do to just add a little something to this is I'm just going to add some cute little enamel dots.
Everything will be okay, 'cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated.
So here's my completed card. It turned out super cute with just a little bit of embellishments on there. And of course the beautiful playing card right there of Mrs. Claus. And then you just open it up and you can write on the inside. So this is a really, really adorable size. And I'm going to show you how to make the envelope now. So it says to put it in at the 3-inch score line. So I have my 7.5 by 7.5 sheet here. And I'm just going to punch at that 3-inch score line. and Scor. I have a full tutorial on this envelope punch board 2 videos back, so I'll link that below for you. It's the first video in this series. So then I'm just going to line my lever up with my Scor line, punch, and Scor. Do the same thing, line it up, punch, and Scor. And just make sure when you do this you don't rip your paper, but this is nice and thick cardstock, so just be careful with that. So here's how it looks so far, and I'm just going to turn my punch board this way and round my corners. So now just decide what side you want it on. I like the green plaid side, so I'm just going to fold my sides in, and it makes like this kind of long style envelope. It's super cute with the big flap that comes down. So here's our envelope. I'm just gonna close the 2 sides and add adhesive right on the edge on the 2 flaps, right there. Do you see our envelope coming together? Isn't it so cute? And that is all that's to it. And our beautiful card fits perfectly inside. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. I love it so much. So here's our 2 cards that we did, and I'm going to show you really quick, if you don't have an envelope punch board, how you can still make an envelope out of your scrapbook paper. Okay, so to do an envelope without an envelope punch board, you're just going to cut your card down. So again, these cards, we cut a paper that is 5.5 by 7, and then you just fold it in half. So the final measurement of the card is 5.5 by 3. So that's the card that's the same size card as we're making. And you're gonna take your 7.5 by 7.5 piece of cardstock, and you're gonna take this to where it looks like a diamond, to where this tip is on the top and this one's on the bottom facing you, pointing at you. And then take your card to where this tip right here is in the middle of the bottom and this one's in the middle of the top, just as best you can. And this is, again, what you're doing if you don't have an envelope punch board. So take your bone folder and start at the edge of the card, and you're gonna crease down. So you might need like a little bit of like a mat under here, or like a craft mat, so it can go down and make a crease. So you're gonna make this crease all the way to the edge of the paper with this edge as the guide. Then you're gonna do it, hold the card exactly where it is, don't let it move around, and then you're gonna do it here with the top edge. Make the crease all the way to the edge of the paper. Then turn it again, don't let that card move, and you're gonna make the crease on this side using that folded edge as your guide. So just make sure you're creasing it with your bone folder without ripping it. And then one more time, keep a hold of that card. You're just gonna do the bottom the same exact way. Crease that with your bone folder. So now you can remove the card, and you're gonna have all these Scor lines. So you're just going to fold. So now just fold on all the Scor lines that you made.
Tomorrow it is Christmas.
Because I'm giving you the dimensions, you can make as many of these as you want. They're not going to be, again, they're not going to be perfect, but it will work. So now I'm going to take my corner rounder and just round the corners. So I do recommend getting the envelope punch board, but if you can't get your hands on one, this is a great way to do this. Okay, so now you're going to do some cutting. Where each of the Scor lines meet, where this one folds down and then this one folds down, there's like this little triangle that's left. Do you see that? You're gonna cut that out on every single one of the sides where they intersect. So there's that one. Okay, so you can fold those down, and then when you fold this one down, it makes a little triangle over here, right there. So just cut that triangle out. So now we have that triangle cut out. So then I'm gonna fold this one down and cut out the triangle over here. And then we have one last one, which is over here. So just fold those down. And you see the tiny little triangle there. And just cut it out. Now we're just gonna glue this down like we did the one that we made with the punch board. So bring your sides in and glue right on the bottom of those. Just like that. And then bring your bottom to glue down, and you've got yourself a cute envelope for your card. And it should fit your card perfectly. Isn't that so cute? So if you don't have a punch board, you can definitely still make your own handmade envelope. And again, mine's a little crooked, but it's okay. I think it's super cute still. So I hope that you will give this a try. I had so much fun with these. I'm gonna make a bunch more. I just love how retro and cute they are. And of course, here's the one we made together with the cute envelope and the beautiful Mrs. Claus card. I really love how these turned out, and I hope that you'll give them a try. Go to Dollar General and pick up some of these games. Oh my gosh, Dollar Tree has some different ones, but I fell in love with these ones this year. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is a great way to use up your scraps. So I hope that you have fun with it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you back here Tuesday for the next video in my series. Thanks again. Bye.
Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow